back block, and that's
a guy that throws his body around.
Mike Drop Sports. Steel City Live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports. Here we are. What is up, everybody? What's up, Big Justin Meneke in the house? Good to see you. And there's our boy, Greg Medusa. Sometimes your names are different on here, and I don't know why. But what's up, buddy? Good to see you in the chat. TD in the chat. Good to see TD. Here we are. Grant Oregon, Ogren in the house. Let's go. What's up, man? Good to see you. He has a comment here he put in. Was waiting to hear your critique on the top paid defense's abysmal performance against Cincy. Tough to speculate going into the game. All things considered, I'm trusting the Rodgers factor tonight. Thank you. We'll bring your comment back up, Grant, and discuss that. Our football season for our youth team came to an end today. We lost in the championship game, but I wanted to give a shout out to our kids, all of our kids. They busted their ass, especially my kid. I saw him grow a good bit this year, and that's all you can ask for. So, Jason, we'll have some more time now. I do coach other sports, but not as demanding as football was with in terms of time. So we are back, and we will give you our critique of what happened last week, and we're going to dive back into Grant's comment there about the top paid defense in the league last week and letting the Pittsburgh Steelers completely fail and completely lose that game because of the defense, ranking basically last in these pass yards that are given up. They just got absolutely smoked, and that is a problem. That is ridiculous. And yes, it may have been a trap game last week. Maybe that was the reason that happened. I don't know where you dig for the answers. I really don't. When you have a performance such as that, your offense scores 30 points and you don't win that ball game, you have one of the highest paid defense in the National Football League, and you put a showing on like that. I don't know where you find those answers. I don't know what you do besides really the basics, guys. And that's what this show is going to be about, the basics tonight. I can't give you all these stats that are going to make you any more comfortable about the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight in prime time in the duel. Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers facing the Packers. If Aaron Rodgers wins, he will be one of 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League to beat all the franchises. Big, big, big. But I can't give you any magic formula. There is no magic formula. You saw the emergence last week of Pat Fryermuth. Everybody forgot about 8-8. Here he came. The Steelers offensively are starting to click. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been sacked in 3 games. You saw that offense start to continue to grow. And the thing that we weren't worried about, the thing that we had the least amount of worries of in the summer when they were in Latrobe was that defense. All we could talk about was, will the offense get it together? And I think the offense has started to. Now, the answer here for the Pittsburgh Steelers is, how do those puzzle pieces start to fall together? How do they come together as a football team? Because that's what they're missing right now. That is what they're missing. They got to come together as a football team tonight and play a solid defensive ball game. They have to. They can't allow Jordan Love to just light them up, and he can. He has the weapons to do that. But the Pittsburgh Steelers got to come out, and I got to say this: they have to stay aggressive. You have to get pressure on Jordan Love. You have to force him out of the pocket. You have to make him uncomfortable. Force him up into the pocket. He has a cannon. There is no real way to defend Jordan Love in terms of, oh, if I push him out to the sides, I got better. No, this guy can make plays from everywhere. He has the arm talent to make plays from everywhere. You have to force him into the hand of your big fellas, and your big fellas got to get that push. That's really what this boils down to tonight. How can the Pittsburgh Steelers in their front 8 take control of this ball game against the Green Bay offense? Because I think the Steelers can score points and will score points with Aaron Rodgers and company. I think DK Metcalf will get back on his touchdown ways. I think the Steelers offense will continue to click. I think you'll see the Steelers offensive line continue to grow. And now the defense got to dig its head out of its ass and get things together. It's really, really simple, guys. There are no stats. We can sit here and go over all the dumbass stats in the world. It doesn't matter. It's the NFL. Everybody is good. You can get beat at any time. I got to remind you guys of that. This isn't youth football. This isn't high school football where one team is absolutely just massively, overwhelmingly dominant, better than everybody else because they got more kids, they got more athletes, they got more players. This isn't that. This isn't college. I don't care if a team's 0-8 in the National Football League. They can beat you. They can beat you, and that can happen each and every Sunday. Now it's how do you respond? How does Mike Tomlin respond here? Because I think he's had one of the better coaching performances of his career this season thus far until they went into Cincinnati. I thought that he was doing good. I thought this team was starting to get going, and then it fell apart in Cincinnati. Can we blame it on the short week? Can we blame it on a million and one other things? Sure. But can Mike Tomlin get this ball team ready to respond tonight in prime time to get this thing done? You got to hand it to the Bengals. They beat the Steelers, division rivals. You got to give them credit. And when you play your rivals, you play your hated rivals, you get up, you dust yourself off, you shake their hand, and you get ready to go to war again. That's it, man. And can the Steelers dust themselves off? Can they pick themselves up to get back into their winning ways? I think the answer is yes. I think the Steelers do redeem themselves in prime time tonight, and we'll go dive further into that. But Grant, about the abysmal defense. It is all about the abysmal defense. What they did last night or last week against the Bengals was sad. They made Joe Flacco look like fucking Patrick Mahomes. Point blank, period. They made him look like a rock star. And Jordan Love is better than Joe Flacco right now at this stage of their comparative careers. That is Joe Flacco is not as good as Jordan Love right now. Joe Flacco once a good player. I don't think he was ever Jordan Love type talent, but Jordan Love can light this ball team up, and can the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially that secondary, not get gas, man. And again, Grant, I don't think I have the answers. I don't even know if Mike Tomlin and the Steelers have the answers about that defense. Let's keep going. Good to see you too, Justin. Thank you. TD says, oh no, lost, but good season nonetheless. Yeah, it was good, man. Proud of all our kids. They did good. I'm a competitive person, so I get fired up about shit. But yes, definitely good season. Where you been? We needed a vent. We're back, man. I got a lot more time now. We'll get back to our daily shows and things of that nature. Jason, though, once I make a commitment to those kids, they come first, and it doesn't. YouTube don't come nowhere near the tops on my priority list in terms what's going on. Yeah, when I make a commitment to them, it's all them and that's it. And if anything else suffers, it is what it is. But we'll be back, guys, and I appreciate that. Super chat coming in from Grant. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Grant with the super chat says, I've heard multiple takes saying Tomlin, Austin didn't make adjustments, played mostly man, too high shell, no press thoughts. Yeah, you could say that. When I watched that game, when I looked at that game the other night, I thought that that was a vanilla, stale, non-adjusting type game plan. Yeah, you look at that and you say too high shell, no press thoughts, played mostly man. I think this is the formula, and I always say this. When you're going to play man coverage, you have to press at the line of scrimmage. You have to cause disruption. You have to be physical. And that's what I thought Joey Porter Jr. was going to be the best at as a Pittsburgh Steeler, was getting up to the line of scrimmage, being ultra physical in that first few yard buffer that you have to be physical with those wide receivers and cause massive disruption, because that allows that pass rush the time to beat their one-on-one or whatever matchup they got going on. And I think that that is the formula. Press man. If you're going to play man coverage, it's got to be press man, aggressive press man coverage. But I think it's got to be combination coverages, if you ask me. I don't think you can sell out either way. I don't think it needs to be just man or zone, whatever. I think you need to have combination coverages involved in this, and you can do that. You can be exotic in that, and you need to have those combination type coverages, zone and man. Man on the edges, perhaps. Press man on the edges. Zone in the middle. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. We're not even going to dive into all of that. But still, you got to have those combination coverages. You got to have looks that confuse, to put it simply, the quarterback. You can't allow him to sell out either way. That is really football at its simplest. That's football is simple, guys. And I know a lot of people tend to overcomplicate it. We can talk about all these X's and O's all the time. We could dive in and talk about all the different coverages, all the different ways linemen can block, all the different ways you can pass rush, all the different concepts. We can talk about that. When you talk about football, it's real, purest, most simple state. It's being aggressive and playing with super high energy. That's it. Really aggressive, super high energy. And when you're able to do those things, good things happen, plays happen. When you got to go out there and you got to think too much and you're not playing fast and free, that's the problem, guys. That's the problem. I think the Steelers defensively got to go out there and allow those guys in the secondary to play loose and play free. Don't nail them down to anything in particular. That's what I'm talking about there with the combination coverages, allowing people to roam, allowing guys like Jalen Ramsey to roam around, allow him to make plays and put himself in position and allow his football intellect, his football instincts to start to play big dividends. That's what you saw years ago with Troy Polamalu. What did they allow him to do the most? It wasn't, oh, Troy, you're stuck in the schematics this way. That wasn't it. They allowed Troy to utilize his football instincts. They allowed him to play fast and free. They allowed him to take chances. Does it bite you in your ass sometimes? Absolutely. But you got to take those little bits of bad that are going to come with it and allow that good to shine through because I think that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers got to do. And that is so simple. The linebackers, they have to play aggressive. They have to play fast and free also. You can't nail them down to something and be like, you got to be this. No, allow them to play loose and fast. Allow them to say to themselves, oh, shit, I think that's going to be a mismatch for me. I think I'm going to be able to shoot that C gap. I think I'm going to be able to shoot that A gap right here because I feel like the way we are set up right now, that's just going to work. I just got a gut feeling them to play that way. Allow the Steelers defense to get back to being Steeler defenders. Allow them to be fast. Allow them to not think so much. That is the thing, guys. And I may not have answered your question with it, but that's just really what I think with when I'm thinking about this game tonight. I thought about it. I had a whole bunch of shit. I had a whole bunch of note cards right here. And I don't normally do that. And I have a lot of X's and O's on them. But guess what? I'm ripping them up because guess what? The X's and O's don't matter really tonight. All the schematics you want to talk about in the entire world don't matter. It's simple fucking football tonight. It's come out, smack the Packers in the mouth, and play your guts out. Play every snap like it's your last snap that you're ever going to play. Play your guts out. That's all the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do tonight. And again, I had all these notes. I thought about it over and over. What can we talk about schematically? How can we draw it up to beat guys like Jordan Love? If Mike Tomlin as one of the league's highest paid coaches, at one of the league's longest tenured coaches, if he can't get his coaching staff to schematically think a lot more bright than we are, a lot brighter than we are, to have more creative things than we are as fans, then we're in fucking trouble. And you might as well mail it in right now. We're in big, big trouble. But I don't think that's the case. I think Mike Tomlin comes out here tonight with a little bit of a mini bye. I think Mike Tomlin comes out here, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers smack the taste out of the Green Bay Packers' mouth tonight. I think you see Jordan Love get curb stomped tonight. I think you see the Pittsburgh Steelers get back on track, and I think it's going to be the start of something really, really special. You're starting to see an offense click. You're going to see the rebirth of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense tonight. I truly, truly believe that. And I don't usually just say that willy nilly, guys. I don't. I think you see a rebirth of this Steelers team, and I think you see something different tonight that we haven't been seeing all year long. I really don't. Yeah, they got those wins. It was nice. They got in first place, but I think you start to see an aggressive form of football, a more free form of football. I think Mike Tomlin's willingness to adapt a little bit this year has shined through in the front part of the season. I think they stalled there in Cincinnati, but guess what? I think Mike Tomlin's willing to allow this thing to loosen up a little bit. And I think that's going to be the big X factor. I really do. It's simple, it's elementary, it's plain, it's basic, but that's what I think. Let's get back to the comments here. All right, let's see. Where were we? Where were we? We'll just start with Big Chet, Challenger 22. Jets get their first win today against the Bengals. That's yeah, well, that's good for us. That knocks them back down and equalizes it if we can get a win tonight with that loss. It puts the Steelers back in that game that they needed. TD, time of possession will be a factor if the Steelers win tonight. Absolutely, TD. Time of possession is an absolute monster factor in every football game, and you bring up a very, very good point. And I don't think time of possession is looked at as intricately as it needs to. Time of possession is such a big factor, man. Wearing down defenses, being able to control the clock and dictate the pace of play, to be real truthful. That's what you're looking at when you're talking about time of possession. It's sheer dictation of pace of play. You're able to do what you want when you want, kind of thing. And that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers need to be aiming for here tonight. And again, I think being at home in Acrisure Stadium, I think that pop blows off of that place tonight in prime time. I think Steelers Nation shows up and you start to see a Steelers football team that is able to hold the time of possession in their favor. A Steelers football team that is able to pressure Jordan Love. I think you still see the Pittsburgh Steelers emerge this season to be a very, very good ball club. And I know their defense is struggling right now. You're going to have those ups and downs, those highs and lows in a football season. It happens at every level pretty much. But it's the teams that are willing, the teams that are able to pull themselves together and fight through those tough patches in the NFL. That those are the teams that are left when the smoke settles and the dust clears. That's the teams you're looking for, and that's what we're going to find out about the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. Do they have that X factor? And guys, this is a big game. I know it's against an NFC opponent. I know that in terms of conference play and playoff seedings and things of that nature, the weight on this game nearly isn't as much as if you were playing the Buffalo Bills per se. That I get that, but this is a big game, and again, it's all about the Pittsburgh Steelers and their ability to come out and be fired up, man. It's all about the coaching staff's ability to come out and be loose and allow their players to play. And this is a big test for the Steelers. It's a good ball club in the Green Bay Packers, and it's a good way to show the nation, to show the world on prime time that you're willing to change, you're willing to adapt, and that the Steelers are for real. That this game got a lot of meaning, man. The Steelers lose this game. As a fan, I would start to be worried. I really would. The Steelers come out and win this game. I think you're on the right track. Is it time to celebrate? No, but I think you're on the right track. I think you're possibly headed back down the right road and the train is back on the correct path. Let's go. What's up, Daniel Warman in the house? Congratulations to Daniel for his Bengals winning. Hey, buddy, hopefully the refs call it fair game. Yeah, guys, the referees in this world today, man, they dictate so much of these ball games. And fans really got to realize that. Fans really, really got to realize these refs dictate a lot of what's going on. They swing games either way. They really can, and I hope that that the refs just let the men play. Definitely. Challenger said, "I've never seen a more pathetic performance by Steelers defense. It was bad. It was hard to watch, man. It was hard to watch. I know who you are, buddy. I don't know why it changes the name either. It does sometimes." Jason 187. Dick LeBeau was genius. Absolutely, he was, man. Miss Pittsburgh in the house. What's up, Miss P? I know your emoji. It did change your name too. Challenger says, I blame the coaching staff for last Thursday. They clearly were not prepared to play. No adjustments were made. I expect the highest paid defense to make a stop. Rodgers and Muth won us that game. Absolutely. And that's what you're talking about. Are they going to be able to dig deep tonight? Are they going to be able to flush that performance out? That's the question, guys. That is the real question tonight. Are the Steelers a resilient football team? They showed it after the loss to Seattle. They came back and they won. They got that things back going here. But can they do that again tonight? Because they're going to have several of these, guys. This is going to happen again. They're going to lose again. They're going to get beat again, and we're going to all sit there and think the world's falling. The sky's falling in on us. No, it's the football teams that can bounce back. The football teams that look at that week and say, you know what? I don't even remember it. Let's go. We're back. We're back, baby. But the coaching does have to be better tonight, guys. I'm not giving anybody a free pass on that coaching staff. There were no adjustments made. It was the simplistic, basic defense. Now, offensively, I thought they came out and played really, really well. I applaud Arthur Smith. I applaud Aaron Rodgers. I applaud that offense. And there, it doesn't have to be superstars on that offense. It just has to be a well-oiled machine that spreads the ball around. You saw Pat Fryermuth get involved. That was special. Don't forget about 88 tonight, guys. I got to say this. Where I'm looking at this game tonight, I'm looking at Project Pat, and Darnell Washington, Jonnu Smith. I'm looking for them having a big game because you talk about time of possession. It doesn't always reflect back into the run game. Yes, that's a big portion of time of possession and being able to control the clock. But the Steelers have a stable of tight ends that can all catch. They can all do it all, really, in my opinion. I think they are a good group. Yeah, can you pick out little flaws? Absolutely, you can, but come on. I'm not into nitpicking tonight. I'm into just seeing if this team can get it back together. And I think this tight end room tonight, if utilized correctly, and I think they will share that space with the running backs in terms of being able to move the chains and control the clock. And I think that's what you're going to try to see out of Arthur Smith tonight and limit the chances Jordan Love has to beat them. If the Steelers are able to do that, utilize those tight ends, utilize those backs, and really just grind and grind and grind and don't give a tremendous amount of opportunities to a young Jordan Love to go out there and scorch your defense. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. Now, offensively, I think they got to find that balance. That's what I'm talking about. Don't leave the defense out there a tremendous amount of time. That hurts the defense. Limit their time out on the field. That way, when they're out there, they're able to pin their ears back. They're able to be aggressive. They're able to load up one way or another. You want to get teams behind quickly, but that requires defensive stops too. But you want to be able to get them into a prime position, and I think offense can help that. And let's see if Aaron Rodgers and the offense can help get this Steelers defense back on track. And what's that going to take? I think it is controlling the time of possession, controlling the clock, and playing good situational football. Uh, Echo Films. Nothing matters tonight except for physicality. Amen, man. I love it. Echelon Films. Uh, Oh, that's who that is. Echelon Films. And defense should know how special this is for Aaron. Stop being selfish pricks, Hayward, and play football. I do got 9-7 on tonight, boys. I got 9-7 on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I do. I do. Let's go to Challenger. Aaron Rodgers will have a chip on his shoulder, even if he tries to downplay it. Absolutely. No doubt. Miss P. Hopefully we win tonight. I hope too, Miss P. Big TD says Tom celebrates 17 months as a mic drop mafia member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, TD. We appreciate you, buddy, as always. Definitely much appreciated, my friend. Echelon Fields. If we lose, it will solely off ego. Trust me. Again, yeah, you got to find that. You got to find that balance and create a way better environment and a way better football team tonight. My Floyd is Pink 79. Happy Sunday, Jason. With the win today, does that mean we run away with the AFC North? I don't think you run away with it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't take anything for granted in the National Football League. I don't, guys. I do not take anything for granted in the National Football League. I think it's silly, in my opinion, to count your chickens before they're hatched. I think there's always something that can happen to derail and cause teams to catch up. So, do I think they run away with it? I hope so. In theory, I think you're right. My Floyd is Pink 79. But I won't say for sure yay or nay. Craig Werler, nice seeing the Bengals losing today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Did the Ravens play today, guys? How about the Ravens and Browns? What'd they do today? Not me either, Challenger. I agree. Lamar Fullard. Let's go Steelers win tonight. Absolutely, Lamar. Echelon Films, I know one thing. Your $33 million wide receiver better catch the ball and ball out. I'm sick of people giving him excuses, catch the ball. Uh, yeah, there is no excuse. I think DK's been a very productive guy. I think he's been worth the payday. I do. I think DK has shown some really, really good things, man. We'll just have to see what if he can continue that and keep things going here and get back on track in terms of scoring touchdowns. That's what I want to see tonight. Um, Craig Werlow in the house. And of course, wasn't no adjustments at halftime last week. Need to make adjustments on the fly with they are playing the next 3 games, with who they are playing the next 3 games. Absolutely. And that's every game, guys. Every game, good coaches adjust. Good coaches are constantly thinking in their head, how can I stay ahead of the opposing coaching staff? How can I stay ahead of that team? That's what you're doing. Even if you're doing things really, really good and things are working, you're still trying to look for things that you can exploit. And that's what good coaches do. And I just hope Mike Tomlin, maybe we'll say it's that short week curse that the Steelers don't play well. Well, give it to him for that, whatever. But Mike Tomlin definitely has to adjust, and I think it was something that people were applauding last year or the year before or whatever, maybe 2 years ago. They were like, "Oh, Mike Tomlin adjusted at halftime." Blah blah blah. I heard that many times, but now all of a sudden it's like no adjustment. So I don't know. It was one game. I'll say that the Steelers have been winning. Overall, the Steelers have had a nice front half of the season. If you'd have told me the Steelers were going to be 4-2 at this point, I would gladly took it regardless of what's going on with the rest of the division. I would have gladly taken that and been good with it. Challenger says, let's see what Challenger has to say. Packers haven't won in Pittsburgh since 1970, year I was born. Bart Starr was their quarterback. Bradshaw's rookie year. Let's hope that tradition continues. Steeler Nation 41-28. The apprentice versus the master. Rodgers will be fired up. Defense will have a stout performance. We will be in top-notch gear. 29-26 Steelers classic showdown under the lights. Rodgers wants this. Man, I hope that's the case, baby. I would love to see a good game like that. My Floyd is pink 79. I'm wearing my 1933 throwback TJ. What? I love it, baby. I love it. Lamar says, let's go. Steelers win tonight. Steeler Nation 41-28. I do not like these 1933 jerseys, but hope we kick ass in them. I'm not a big fan of them either, man. Some people I've talked to said they love them. Some people said they hate them. So it's kind of indifferent tonight for me. I don't really care what they wear. I just want blood on them by the end. I mean, that's how I roll. Ravens Challenger says Ravens beat the Bears, so that gives them another dub. Ravens crushed the Bears from Daniel Warman. Ravens won, Browns lost. That's from Craig. Echelon Films. Do you have a score prediction? Yeah, I'll give you guys my score prediction. I think this is an absolute fucking blowout tonight. I do. I think the Steelers go out there and they destroy the Green Bay Packers. And a blowout in the National Football League, in my opinion, doesn't have to be by a gazillion points. It has to be with a dominating performance because, again, guys, everybody's good. I think the Steelers win by 10. I do, and I consider that a blowout in the National Football League because you look across the league and 90% of the games come down to field goals at the end, come down to last-minute possessions, come down to fourth-quarter miscues. That's the name of the game in this football league that we love to watch. So I think I'm going to take the Steelers in a blowout, in my opinion, 10 to 12 points. My score prediction tonight's going to be Aaron Rodgers puts up 34 points for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to give the Packers, let's say 24. I think it's 34-24 Pittsburgh. That's how I see it tonight. 34-24. 34-24 Pittsburgh. I don't know. And I always try to give odd scores sometimes. That way that I can get points either way. So I definitely will take 34-24 Steelers tonight because I think that's a blowout in my opinion. And it gets us in the defense back on track. 34-24 gets the defense back on track. And the last when they get to 24 or in the 20s and points, it's going to be last minute garbage time points. I think the Steelers overall are going to have a good defensive performance. I think literally throughout the ball game they hold Jordan Love to 14, 10 to 14 points, and then you're going to get a couple garbage time bullshit type scores after the Steelers are up, a decent amount and just trying to grind it out in those last minute sloppy type possessions. I think that's where the Packers tighten the score up. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to look at this ball game and you're going to see not a real reflection of the scoreboard. You're going to see when you look at the stats a real dominating performance by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yeah, I thought they were going to do that against the Bengals. I really did. But the Bengals came to play, and again, hats off to them for winning that game. You can't take anything away from them, and you got to look at the Steelers' defense and blame them. So it's real simple for me tonight. The defense has to get back on track. Point blank, period. And the offense has to continue down the path it's going. Offensive line has played tremendously better. I really, really think so. I think Aaron Rodgers keeping his jersey clean has been a priority, and I think they've been doing an excellent job at that. I think the offense needs to continue to work on their ability to get in sync with one another, and I think that's going to continue to grow tonight. But again, tight ends, running backs are going to be the real tell of the tale for your Pittsburgh Steelers offensively, and it's real simple the rest of the way. Defense, get it back together. Does it have to be one of those lights out performances? No, but I think you need to see guys like Nick Herbig more. I think you need to see those splash playmakers out there more. I think you need to see them just go hog wild and make plays happen, man. And we'll see if the Steelers are willing to do that. The looks got to be different too tonight. Big Chet 1 2 2 2 Challenger, aka Challenger. Other teams play on Thursday also. Tomlin needs to change his approach. I agree. I agree. I don't think Thursday's an excuse either. I mean, I'll give it to him because a lot of people talk about it, but I don't think it's an excuse either, man. Big Craig Werlow. Haven't been able to watch for a bit. Plus, son got married in Oklahoma. Let's go, Steelers. Congratulations, Craig, to your son. I haven't been on for you to watch, my friend. Our football season, again, guys that are just tuning in, ended today. So Jason now has some time to do some things. I still have some work stuff that I'm studying for and doing things of that nature. But I still will be able to find time each and every day from here on out to make sure that I deliver the most truthful, honest, most laid back football talk here about your Pittsburgh Steelers each and every single day. I think that that's what you come to Mike Drop Sports for. It's not that hoity-toity, uppity, Jason preaching X's and O's and that I know more than you type bullshit. That's not how we do things here, guys. We're relaxed. We take what you say. I give you my opinion. I'm not always right. You're not always right, but it's a relaxed conversation, and we're going to be able to do that a lot more here now moving forward. But again, when I make commitments to those kids, I don't stray from them, and I got a big reason why. When you kids kids remember, kids watch. You may think they're jacking around and they're not paying attention. Kids remember everything. Everything. And if you bail on them, you start coaching and then you just quit, you just bail on them, they remember that forever. They remember that forever. Anytime they see your face, they will remember that. You come and you coach and you act like a jackass and you don't do nothing to help them. They remember that, man. They remember it forever. They'll be talking about it when they're 30, talking about you remember that coach who's a jackass who didn't teach a shit that was just there being a dick beater. They remember those things. That's why when you make a commitment to those youth football teams, those youth basketball teams, baseball teams, you have to be committed. You cannot stray. You cannot let those kids down because they will remember it and it will label you, man. And I'm not willing to do that. So, Jason did his commitment. I fulfilled my duties, and I wish we'd have went a little bit farther and played one more week, but we didn't. We lost in our divisional championship, our portion of the league. We have two leagues that were combined, and we play a Super Bowl game at the end. We lost to our hated rivals. Congratulations to them, but man, I'd have wished we'd have got to play one more week for the Super Bowl. But you win some, you lose some, man. Echelon Films. Miles Garrett had 5 sacks today with an L. Trent Jordan Watt. I need 2.5 with a W, man. I'd love to see 2.5 from my man. Let's keep going. Challenger says better than the Bumblebees. They wore these back in '94. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of any of the Steelers throwback uniforms at all. I'm just not, guys. I want to see, honestly, I'm a type of guy that I want to see the Green Bay Packers come out in their Green Bay Packer uniforms. The Green Bay. Like, they're coming out in all white tonight. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see the Green Bay fucking Packers, baby. And then I want to see the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't want to see none of the bullshit. I don't like the throwback stuff, guys. The only thing I can say that I do like are the color rushes, but I think those should be used once, twice a year, and that's it, man. All these different uniforms, they don't do it for me, man. I ain't in it for fucking uniforms. I'm in it to watch brutality. I'm in it to watch physicality of the game of football. I'm in it to watch the game I like to watch, the game I love to play, the game I love to be around. That's all I care about. I don't give a shit about uniforms, dude. I don't give a JD in the house. What's up, Big JD? Hey, Jason, better late than never. Always good to see you, my man, JD. Packers. Hold on. Challenger says Packers lost to the freaking Browns. Yeah, man, and that just shows you what any given Sunday, even a shitty team can beat a good team because everybody in this league is so damn good. History repeating itself. The AFC is looking like 2007 all over again. That's from Steeler Nation 4128. Buddy, I said this, and you bring up a very good point, man. History does repeat itself. Whether people want to admit it or not, or realize it or not, history repeats itself. It really, really does. It may not happen next year or 10 years down the road, but history always has a way of repeating itself. And I don't know what it is. Is it our Almighty God, our Lord and Savior? Perhaps. But hey, it is what it is. But all you Steeler fans out there, just say a prayer to the big man upstairs. Ask him for every Steeler and every Packer player to come out of this healthy tonight. But we want to see a Steeler win. That's all we want from you, big guy. That's all we need. I want 4 turnovers tonight from Steelers Nation 4128. I don't know the spread, TD. Bengals lost today. No, they won today. Oh, yeah, they did lost. They did lose today, Lamar. Yes, you're right. Ramsey INT for his birthday this weekend. That'd be nice. Justin Meneke in the house says Ravens won and Browns lost. Yeah. The King Magnum 7-3-3-1. We better win, man. I hope, man. My Floyd is pink 79. Big game for our O line tonight. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's to continue to establish this continuity, this chemistry that they've built here over the last few games. Aaron Rodgers staying virtually upright. Keeping him clean is a priority here. You want him to be able to last throughout the season, and keeping him clean is one of those things that has to happen, man. Super chat coming in. My Floyd is Pink 79. You're the best, Jason. Thank you for all you that you do. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And I've let you guys down a great deal this season and not giving you everything, all my all. But again, prior commitments, and we'll get it back. We'll do it. And that's the name of the game here, guys, tonight. It's the name of the game here tonight. Get back on track. And it goes for me, too. But I got that 9-7 jersey on tonight. We got that terrible hizzy. We had good luck one game when I wore it up like this. I should have invited Sean on. I thought, oh, it's a little bit later today. Usually it's so damn early. I hate to bring him up. I should have asked Sean. Sean, if you're out there and you want to join, I'll figure out how to change the setting around. Your link should work. Why Herbig had less snaps last week? No idea. Me either, man. No need to apologize for coaching these. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've gotten some hate messages, man, and I've lost a few subscribers over it, saying, "Oh, you haven't been consistent." It's like, man, YouTube don't pay my bills, and the kids are always more important than anything else. at all. Everything. There is nothing more important than those kids. So those are our youth, man. We got to always make sure that we take care of them. TD says, kids are like watch. They remember everything. You are not lying, dude. Nobody believes me when I say that, man. It's the truth, dude. Craig, absolutely. You're a good man, Craig. Good man. Absolutely, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's a problem in our society, guys. You know, we talk a lot of football. We get on here, we talk about a lot of shit, but this country, this world has been in a crazy place for years. It's not a Donald Trump thing. It's not a Joe Biden thing. It's nothing. It's been in a crazy place for a long time, and I think that that's the biggest thing. And what Craig says, I think men forgot how to be men. Um, I think men forgot that they have some duties, and it's not always about making money, doing all that shit. That's not what your duties are. It's to teach young men how to become men, how to teach them how to be strong, how to do those things. And I think we've lost sight of that in this country and around the world. I think making sure our young men grow up to be men is the most important thing that we can do. You can't have a mother teaching a young boy how to be a man. They can't. It's just they don't know how to be a man. And if men don't take on their responsibilities and teach them how to be men, that's not going to happen. And I think that we've forgotten that. Will TJ Watt show up tonight? I'm hoping, man. I think Watt could have a big game. You guys, maybe we'll do a update. I think I'm going to go live at halftime, and maybe we will watch a little bit of the game together. I'm going to take the tripod. I do have the big tripod somewhere, but I have the tripod. I don't know what I did with it. I was just looking here in my magic bag of tricks. But I think I'm going to take the tripod downstairs. Um, Maybe I'll have my kid or somebody read comments, and we will do a halftime live, and we'll let that run into the third quarter a little bit. Since I haven't been on, I think that might be a cool thing to do. You'll get to see how crazy I am when I'm watching the game, and if you join me, you join me. If you don't, you don't. It makes no difference to me. I would love to have you. I always love to have you guys. But maybe we'll just whoever wants to bullshit and watch while the game's going on. Maybe we'll do that all together, and that goes for everybody. Maybe I won't make it members only or anything like that. Everybody's welcome, and we'll have a bullshit session. NFL wants to sell jerseys. That's all it is. Absolutely, that's all it is, dude. Absolutely. Bengals blew a huge lead from challenger Daniel James. Jay, what is? I hope the Steelers defense shows up. Yeah, that's the tell of the tale tonight, guys. It's real simple. Real simple. Guys, I still firmly believe in what I said earlier. 34-24 is going to be it. I don't think the score will be reflective of how dominant the Steelers' performance was tonight. I think it's going to be a real dominating performance. The Steelers' defense isn't going to come out there and lay an egg 2 times in a row this early in a season. I'm just telling you now. You can believe me if you want or not. They are typically a lot better coming off of any sort of mini bye or bye week. They typically come out and play really, really well. And if you're going to be a betting man, and I'm going to throw maybe a couple bills down on it, I'm going to go with the Steelers tonight. If you're betting, I think you should. I think it'll be a smart bet tonight. Definitely. I'm talking money line. I'm not talking spread. I don't know the spread tonight. Do we get another wide receiver at the deadline? I think it's going to be dependent. I think tonight, you look at tonight, and this is from Steeler Nation 4128, talking about still adding another wide receiver, and I think that that may be a good thing. But I think the Steelers getting themselves right here, the defense showing they can get right and play with that energy and continue to build that continuity, that cohesive nature along that offensive front. I think adding a wide receiver would be an excellent thing to do. I think the deal has to be right, no doubt about it. That's always the factor there. But I think adding a wide receiver would absolutely make this team deadly. It's sad that the defense has played so poorly because, yeah, what are you going to do? Go out and add more fucking defenders? No, they have some defenders, man. If they can perhaps pick up somebody in the secondary that can contribute or something, cool, whatever, maybe as an add-on piece in a trade, whatever. But I think your priority does need to be add another weapon. And if Aaron Rodgers could go out there and shoot it out and win, and bring 30, 40 points a fucking game, that'd be sick, man. The Steelers would be virtually unstoppable at that point. Let's hope. Because if the Steelers can average 30 points, let's just say they do start to average between 25 and 30 points a game without adding another wide receiver, and then you go out there and you do, I think that's special, man. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell off here. I'm going to go live again during the show. Definitely will appreciate that. If you guys join me to bullshit. Steeler Nation 4128 says 300 yards from A Rod. At 4 TDs, 0 interceptions. Heard it here first. I hope you are so right, man. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you again. I'm going to leave you with the best intro, outro in the fucking game right now, for real. You remember that song? In the fucking game right now, for real. Man, that was a good jam, dude. That was a good jam. Um, but yeah, we're going out here. And holler at me at halftime. I'll put the link up here around the first quarter or something. That way you guys will know, and we'll just, well, maybe it'll be closer to when I go live, because I don't know. Times are weird. But we'll see. But know that I'll probably go live during halftime. That way we can talk about what had transpired in that first half and what is about to happen in that third quarter as the Pittsburgh Steelers embark on a primetime showdown in the city of Pittsburgh as they attempt to get that fifth win of the season and improve to 5-2 here. It's going to be big, guys. So until later on here around halftime, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, share, like, all that good shit. We appreciate it, man.
Power takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go.
It's a field back block, and that's